What is going on, guys? Sonic and the Bean Show here. Today we're looking at the Kotobukiya Mega Man 11 and the brand new Mega Man Battle Network Roll.EXE model kit. Now this review is going to be a bit different here. I'm not that great with model kits. I struggle a lot with these, so I can't really do a huge in-depth review on these since my building skills just aren't there for these figures. So I'm just gonna skim through these and just tell you my thoughts on everything while also showing some stuff here. Let me talk about the Mega Man figure right here. So I can't really build, or not build, but I can't really review this Mega Man figure that well as I want to, because I ran into a lot of problems with this guy. The biggest problem I ran into was the knees. So I was trying to, I was actually articulating the figure, and when I showed off the knee joints, which is actually really good, I can't really seem to get them back in place. I just snapped it right there, but I couldn't seem to get them like back straight like how this one is. And the issue I was having here is when I tried to put this back in place, these wouldn't want to stay together, and I've been having that issue with a lot of these plastic pieces just not wanting to stay together here. So yeah, just problems like that I'm having here, which is kind of weird because I was struggling really hard building this figure, but like yet the X figures, like the armored upgrade X figures, I do those like it's nothing, and those figures come with a lot more stuff. And he was missing a piece in the box. There's a piece that's supposed to hold the neck in place, which I think is like a ball peg, and because of that, the head is kind of just sitting on the the body, so I can't really like move the head around. So it's just pretty much just on there. Like can't really do much with that. So yeah, a lot of problems I ran into with this guy, but aesthetically I think it does look nice. I think the head sculpt is probably a bit too big, but I think it does look pretty nice. I think it's a pretty nice looking Mega Man figure, based off of how he looks in Mega Man 11. But because he looks so crappy here, because I just didn't build him that good, it may look kind of odd, really, especially the way how he's standing because the knees and the piece is not together. But I do really like him, and then I want to show off. Actually, you know what? I was gonna show off the accessories, but let me just do them one by one here. Now here's Roll.EXE. This is actually a really nice figure. I would say this is going to be one of my favorite Mega Man figures without a doubt. This is a really nice figure of Roll.EXE, and Roll doesn't really get a lot of figures, and especially this being, well, I think the Bandai model kit came out before this one actually, so this would be like our second articulated Roll.EXE figure. I was having issues with these things that's around her legs, because these back pieces tend to pop off. Now for the accessories. So for Mega Man, he does have interchangeable hands. I didn't bother on like building them, but he has interchangeable like open hands and fisted hands, But here are the faces right here. Let me just get a close up here. So you got this right here. Got like a yelling expression. I like this head sculpt right here. I built this right here. This is the unhelmeted head sculpt right here. I think it actually looks pretty nice. I really do like this. The hair sculpt too. This piece right here, which is similar to what they gave you for X, but it's pretty much for to have Mega Man look like he's throwing a charge shot right here, which I can barely pose with this figure because of it falling apart. You can also use this piece to make it look like Mega Man sliding, which is really cool. You would just have to like take the rest off, but that's pretty much what this is. So yeah, it's pretty cool though. I like something like this. Alright, and now for Roll's accessories. So we do get interchangeable faceplates here. We get these right here, which I didn't really bother to take them out of the bag. But you can see, there's one where she's winking. You got her where she's kind of like surprised, and her where she's kind of like smiling here. They look kind of weird because you have to add the red plastic piece for like the tongues really. But I just added the default face right there. So yeah, you get these, and then you get these interchangeable hands that I didn't really bother to use just yet, but you can see you got these open hands right here, and then these open hands right here. So yeah, I actually like when they have these hands like that, so you don't have to do the ones where you have to like build them like you had to do with Mega Man. So that's cool. You get this right here. I also didn't bother to get this. So this is just like a stand, you know, just like the base right here, and then you have, you know, the sticks to hold her up. Really, I didn't really bother with this. So you know, she stands on her own perfectly fine. And then of course you have her, you know, her roll arrow right here, which is pretty nice. This plastic piece I was having a hard time trying to keep in place. Okay, so now for the articulation, I'll start off with Mega Man. Now, just letting you know that, you know, if you expect some parts to be falling off, then, you know, again, I have been having issues with this guy. So I'll try my best right here, but the head I can't really do too much because you know, that piece that's supposed to come with the box, it wasn't there, so I can't really do much with the head. I can kind of show you a little bit. I mean, it popped off right there, but you know, that's as much you can go to back, you know, go back, and then, you know, right there to go forward, and can't really go out to the side too much, but you know, rotation there, but it's just not on the peg, so it's just kind of sitting on the figure. So you do get elbow articulation right here. You get that much there with the range, and then, you know, here's this side here. You do have a rotation to the wrist, and then there's actually a joint up here, so you can actually rotate this, as you can see, and you can lean it, say back about here, like just using the front. Well, if I can move just the arm out the way, you know, back about there, and then forward just about there, and then you have a ball peg down here, and you get really nice movement all around. You can also rotate that as well. So yeah, you got that much right there. And then for the hips, this leg just popped off, but to kick forward, it's not bad. You know, you can kick it more, but it's gonna go out to the side, and you can kick it back pretty well. The articulation with the knees is actually really good. You get that much, and you know, you kind of get like a ball peg going on here with the angles. Now for the articulation for roll, so the head is just on a ball peg. You can't really have her look up too much, really. Like, this is probably as much as you're gonna get her, because if you try to, you know, move it anymore, the head's gonna tend to want to pop off from the ball peg, you know, like that, for example. So yeah, like not a whole lot. I think it's okay, but you can still use the, you know, the ball pegs going on with the torso. And then to have her look down without popping it off the ball peg, you get that much. Her hair is on a hinge, so you can move that up and down. Say it can go down just about here, and then you can have it go up just probably about here. Maybe it can go higher, but I think it's already up to where the helmet, the sculpting is right there, and it connects with this anyway. So yeah, that's that for the hair. And then you know, you got like a little bit of pivoting. Whoop, I think I popped it off a little bit. Yeah, you can out to the side. Then of course your standard rotation there. For the shoulders, she does get a hinge all the way. If I can maybe not get that out the way, hinge all the way at the top, which is nice. And you can of course move the arms all the way around. She does have butterfly joints going on here. It's not a lot of range, as you can see, but it is still pretty good, and I'll show you what I mean by that, because her range with her elbows isn't really too bad, and her torso's pretty small too, so you can still get her in some decent posing. But we are double jointed with the elbows. You know, we get that much range right there. You can also rotate that, and you can rotate the wrists, and they're on a vertical hinge, but if you want to, like, you know, move it the other way, you know, you got like a horizontal hinge right there. I only put them vertical just because of her, you know, her roll arrow. We do have ball pegs going on here with the torso, so you got the upper torso. You get that much for her to, you know, go forward, and that much to go back, and a little bit to the side, but you can also rotate that. And then we have a ball peg here. Mine is actually pretty loose though. It is pretty loose. I wasn't sure if I had to push it all the way down, but I think mine is actually pretty loose. But to have her crunch forward, probably just about there, not as much. Going back's not too bad. There is going to be a gap, and then to the side, it's really good, but you know, there's going to be a gap right there. You can also rotate that too, so you have that. For the hips, kicking forward is actually really good. Like, she can kick up all the way up just like that, honestly. And then she does have drop down hips, so just kicking forward, you get that much right there. And then using the drop down hips, I'd say you're gonna get just about there. So yeah, really good hips right there. And then kicking back, oops, I just popped it off right there. Let me see if I can try to pop that back in. Kicking back just about there without popping it off, and going out to the side. She does have an upper thigh cut. Oh, I don't know if I mentioned that Mega Man has upper thigh cut too. Double jointed knees, you get that much range, which is actually really good right there. So that's nice. You do have a rotation where the shin is at, or I guess the lower shin really, and then her ankles far back about there, far forward about there, and then you do have your ankle rocker, just a little bit of that right there. So yeah, I'll show off Roll.EXE articulation a little bit more, but if I wanted to cross her arms like so, and then I cross this one like that, I guess if I can try to make it look like she's you know, how, like just crossing her arms, something like that, you know. So yeah, look at that. See, you know, I'll just try something maybe like this, and maybe put her arm something like this if you want to see. So yeah, look at that. So yeah, it's really nice. I really like this Roll figure. It's not even really just because of how great her articulation is, but it's also just because I just think aesthetically she looks really good. I think they did a really nice job with this Roll figure, man. Like, I'm really having a lot of fun posing around with her. I just think she just looks sick. Yeah, this is definitely going to be one of my favorite Mega Man figures for sure. Okay, before we jump into some comparisons, one thing I want to say is that earlier I mentioned that I thought the head was too big on the body, but I looked at the artwork of Mega Man and like how he is in the game, and I didn't really realize that he is actually drawn that way of having a big head. So yeah, that's my mistake right there. So they actually did capture the big head here of Mega Man. So yeah, I thought I would mention that. But let's do some comparisons. So I feel like I should do this. So here we got the new one right here, right? And then we got the old one. This was the first time they tried, they did a Mega Man model kit, at least like a classic Mega Man model kit. So we got the old one and then the new one right here. And this one's really old. You know, I got this when it first came out, and you know, even then I wasn't really you know, that good at building this guy, and you know, I missed a piece right there with the arm. But yeah, definitely a huge upgrade. This one has a hard time standing a few times. It kind of, you know, it just kind of wobbles around really. But yeah, definitely a huge upgrade for sure. It's also a lot taller. You know, these kind of have like their own scale. I think these are like in the 1/10 scale, if I remember. But yeah, whole lot different. And then of course the design is different because this is, you know, Mega Man 11. You know, this was like the more like retro Mega Man here. But yeah, definitely still like the new one for sure, especially like the blue. That looks really nice. Let's compare Mega Man to some other Mega Mans. So we got Mega Man EXE right here. And then let me bring in X from, of course, Mega Man X. So here's that. And look at that. Yeah, but I thought I would add the 3 of these here since, you know, we got our 3 Mega Man. So eventually we will probably get, you know, like Legends or Star Force. So yeah. I'm going to add Mega Man to, of course, his family. So here is Proto Man. And then here is Roll right here. And I know like this Roll is like the classic design. I never bothered to try to build her one like the more, you know, modern design really. But, you know, this can give you an idea of where they're at. So like Proto Man, he is still like taller than this than Mega Man right here, but Roll is shorter. They actually look pretty nice together. Here is the Jada Toys Mega Man right here, if you want to see how that is. So of course the Jada Toys is going to be smaller. And then I wanted to see how the D-Arts Rush figure was going to look, but it's you know, it's definitely a lot it's too small for the, you know, the model kit right here. And now jumping into some comparisons for Roll, here she is with Mega Man. So Mega Man is going to be, of course, taller here. And then I'll bring in the classic Roll again, if you want to see both Rolls next to each other. So classic Roll still is going to be shorter. And you know what? I thought I would do this comparison too. So I'm going to bring in Mega Man again. Right, I'm going to bring in Mega Man. And then here is the Gutsman figure from the Mattel NT Warrior line. Just put him like right here. I'm trying to like, yeah, put him right there. And then here is the Torchman figure as well. Here's the Proto Man figure. So that's how he is next to Mega Man and Roll. And then I'll just throw in one more. Here is Magnet Man right here. Alright, so that is going to wrap it up here on the Kotobukiya Mega Man 11 and the Mega Man Battle Network Roll.EXE model kits. So these are pretty neat. I still have my pre-order on this Mega Man from Big Bad Toy Store because I did want to own duplicates of this figure. So I'm most likely going to build that one and try to do a lot better with that one, and hopefully it will come with all the pieces. But I do like these. I find them pretty awesome to have in the collection. If you want to know where I got these, I got Roll from HobbyLink Japan, but for Mega Man I got him on Amazon. However, let me know what are your thoughts on these in the comments down below. As always, thank you all so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. Until then, take care, my friends.